Bro, how tall are you? Such scary numbers, you don't even know them. I'm tired of being tall. Enough. I want to be small. Hello, my name is Artyom. I'm 22 years old, and my height is 7 feet 1.4 inches. My parents are not really tall. No, my dad is like that. Well, my dad is about 6 feet 3 inches. Well, my mom is 5 feet 10 inches. Even from kindergarten, I was always big, tall. No one paid much attention to it. I was half a head taller, but it was never like, I'm towering over them. They're little. And then, after we moved to Portugal with my parents lived there, they worked. Over time, I moved there too. Then it's already, it's when growth is more intensified. The funny thing is that when I moved to Portugal, my grandfather, he would just wear out my sneakers, which I wore. Roughly speaking, he wore them out after an 8-year-old boy. Yes, that is, the foot also grew quickly. There were times when, in a month, just like that, 4 to 6 inches. They could really grow in a month. My whole body hurt. My legs, back, arms. The skin was like that. The feeling that the skin just hurts. It was precisely this full awareness that I am really big, tall, came around 11 or 12 years old. 11 or 12. Up to about 6 feet 3 inches. 5'11", 6'3". And then, yes, I already began to notice that people paid attention somehow, catching sideways glances. And then, I already understood that somehow I'm, well, not like everyone else. It shouldn't be like this. People in Portugal are somehow more tolerant. Yes, it was. People tried to make some jokes, say something, but not so harshly. When we returned back home, yes, it really started. It was fun. A lot of bullying started. Kids aren't just like that on their own. They tried to hurt, especially classmates like, oh long, a rail. I was generally a peaceful child, tried not to fight with anyone. But there were real cases when, well, already, they really pushed. They really start to touch sore spots. Yes, I was freaking out, trying to hit back somehow. But still, I was like that. I quickly backed off and calmed down. I approached my mom. I say, Mom, like, what's wrong with me? Why am I so tall? What's wrong with me? You know, initially we even thought that it should be like this. Well, there are, in general, children who grow faster than others. Parents tried to comfort her. They say like, well then, it's your highlight, it's your thing, like, enjoy it. We did a full medical examination in different countries. We still had to understand what's wrong with me. Then in Portugal, they diagnosed me, well, Marfan syndrome. Let's put it this way. Due to my age, I didn't understand what it meant. That is, for me, Marfan syndrome. Two not very clear words for me. I'm a child. I don't know what it is, what it's eaten with, and in general, why it's needed. And I saw that, in principle, I saw from my parents that my mom and dad, they somehow started to worry more. Worry. Then, really, I started to ask myself questions. What's wrong? That is, I directly, well, I'm not complaining that I'm such a poor little thing that I have Marfan syndrome, and pity me. No, I enjoy life. As I always say, it could be worse. Yes, recommendations were to monitor the heart, monitor the thyroid gland. Yes, of course, this is sports. That is, there was no specific treatment. There was none. With legs, yes. That is, if you pay attention, when I walk, my legs are a little like an X. Back, sometimes it just happens that the back gets tired. That is, when you walk for a long time, it just gets tired. You get tired, and you just want to sit down. By the way, I don't think so. I don't think anyone ever diagnosed me with scoliosis. Like kyphoscoliosis. This is a deformation of the chest. Fine motor skills. Yes, they are normal, developed. That is, I try to play musical instruments. Yes, with my right hand, everything is still more sad, as there are also problems there. Small grips. Very big insecurities. Really a lot. Some persisted into adulthood. You know, when they bully you. When all the time you hear that you're not like everyone else. You're wrong. It shouldn't be like this. Naturally. So, the thought creeps into your head, damn, maybe I really am wrong, it shouldn't be like this. And yes, I started to be embarrassed about my height. Started to be embarrassed. Started to be a little embarrassed about my weight. I really was. I closed myself off at some point. Couldn't find a connection with people. Was afraid to communicate. Every third, you're walking down the street. Everyone pays attention. Everyone has some kind of reaction. Well, seriously, can't you ask me something else? Maybe like, wow, what cool sneakers you have. Tall, yes, you see that. The funny thing is that you're so big. I say, no, I'm on crutches. Bro, how tall are you? Such scary numbers, you don't even know them. Do you play basketball? You must be a basketball player. I say, why does everyone tall should play basketball? Well, how else? Do tall people do anything else? I thought you guys play basketball at 7:24. I say, no, we play volleyball, by the way. Yeah, like I played basketball, but I didn't do it as the meaning of my life. Oh, by the way, I got it. Wow. But now it's more like, a game for me already. How many people will notice me in a day? In general, today, it's only 10 in the morning, just went to the store, came back, already counted 4 people.
Do you count every time?
It's, somehow involuntary. You're walking, you look like you see a person is coming to you, it's clear. That person is doing his own thing, you look, then, like you went past him, like that, and onwards.
Can I compare it with your foot?
And onwards. Well, compare...
Just keep in mind what kind of soul you have.
No, actually, I have a normal soul. My height is 7 feet 1 inches. 7'1", yes. Sometimes, actually, it's difficult to understand people's reactions. Kids, it's excitement. You can't be offended by kids. I can't say to the kids that I'm upset with them about this. Because for them, it's excitement. They don't know about it. Adults, sometimes, I really don't understand, especially when guys over 40 and older. Oh, you're so tall. And they really point with their fingers. At that moment, you really want to turn around and say like, hello, how old are you? Why are you pointing with your fingers? Well, it's really annoying. They often ask to take a picture, especially when you go out in the downtown. I only say like, well, I refuse to someone, say yes to someone. Well, sometimes, it depends on the mood. Honestly, I can't tell you about clothes sizes. I'm not really familiar with these sizes. Dude, came to the store, tried it on, like it fit, didn't fit. Well, we try on further. With shoes, yes. With shoes, it's 16.5 and above. That is, if clothes, I already, found a store for myself where there is definitely my size, where I come already. I say, like, they already know me, and the sellers say, like, okay, go to the fitting room, I'll bring it to you now. They immediately put on me, like, a ton of clothes, and I choose there. You can rarely find clothes in mass market stores. Well, 4'9" is the shortest person I've met so far. Well, that's a huge difference. Compared to me, everyone is like knee-high to a duck. At the top, well, if you take it that way, the tallest man in the world, it's 8 feet 2 inches. I mean, with him, I would look like a child. No, I take just grown-up people. Children, of course, there are children and less, that they are running somewhere at the level of their feet. In general, just yesterday, I almost stepped on a child. I just didn't notice her. I work at an international children's center now. It's such a, kind of topic, interesting for me, and a little painful because many girls are not so, afraid. In principle, I don't have such a concept, that definitely a girl should have a certain height. That is, it doesn't really matter. Height won't really determine feelings. Well, somewhere from 5 feet 9 inches, I think, so. To make it most comfortable. Height is not the main thing. Mostly people who write to me already know my height. Now there is a trend. When I meet people, they immediately start asking, almost from the first questions, how tall are you?
And the zodiac sign.
Yeah, by the way, the zodiac sign. What's your height? Zodiac sign. They don't know. They don't know my thing that I'm actually tall. They just immediately, oh, how tall are you? I write 7 feet 2 inches. Many immediately back off. What? 7'2"? No way. There are those who really continue to communicate. Girls, they didn't understand how much it is. That is, I had an acquaintance. Well, I went on a date with a girl. It was a while ago. I haven't been on dates for a long time. Need to fix that. The girl knew that I'm tall. She herself wasn't short. She was almost 6'3" in height. Her reaction then was, damn, I thought you would be taller.
Have you had relationships?
Of course, yes. There were, and not just one. But somehow, unfortunately, I wasn't very lucky in terms of duration. By the way, from 5'7", not shorter. No, I lie. One was shorter, about 5'3". It had absolutely nothing to do with height. Seriously, nothing at all.
Were they all the same height in bed?
No. Actually, you know how it was? Sometimes it even looked funny. The taller, the more comfortable. Because, as a joke, the choice of positions is limited. Right now, I'm not in any relationships. It's been about a year. I still have dreams of becoming shorter. I still want to be. I'm tired of being tall. Enough. I want to be small. My head hurts everywhere, especially if it's some new location for me. I come in like that. I still don't know all the door frames. Now I automatically greet everyone when I enter. Sometimes I can hit myself really hard. I've accepted it. Honestly, I've already accepted it. I basically always hunch. It's become a habit, but it's funny. I try not to use public transportation. Yeah, like, when I get in, I bend over, dive in like that. I dive in and get in. In general, it's high there. My height is enough there. The only thing is, I can sometimes slip up and hit my head on the railing. Painful, unpleasant. Microabuses are uncomfortable. Firstly, when I sit, the seat is at knee level. Or in a car, I ask someone to give me a ride. Or take a taxi. Or walk, if it's not far. Trains, don't even get me started. After 18, even closer to 21, this acceptance came. Honestly. Actually, I would stay this height of myself. I wouldn't shrink. It's cool for me, it's comfortable. I'm used to it. Screw it. Live. Your height, that's your uniqueness. Live, enjoy. Find someone else tall. Write to them. Dude, I'm self-conscious. How do you live with it? Just talk to your parents. Share with your loved ones. And don't hesitate if you know that it's a tall person. Just write to them. Ask. And you'll definitely love yourself. Being tall is not shameful. It's shameful not to accept it. Being young and living with a height of over 6'6", it's always being in the spotlight and enjoying it.